Yo, what's up? Happy Tuesday. I am here with an important message for you. I'm not going to be on here very long because I have a meeting in a few minutes, but I want to share something with you that is so important, especially for those of you that want to become authors. If you're thinking about it, it's in your head right now. Somebody has told you that you probably have a story that other people need to read. This conversation is for you. If you already have a book done and you're like, damn, I have this book out, but sales dropped and I don't know how to get them back going. This conversation is definitely for you as well. Hey, who's up in here with me? Who is that? Natasha and Denise. What's up, beautiful queen? I love the fact that you are on here. You are going to gain a lot from this conversation. You are going to be so excited because you're already doing a lot of these things, a lot of these strategies that I'm teaching. You're already putting them into place, queen. So great job. If you are like in Denise and you already have a book out and you're actually working on your second book, this conversation is going to show you how to get that first book to pay for your second book. Okay? Hey girl, hey. If you're a person who has a couple of books out, who else is up in here? Abby Rose, what's up, beautiful queen? Thank you so much, Abby Rose, for always being on here. Or do you want me to say Abby Vasquez? Tell me which one you like, because I like Abby Rose, but you may not like that. So let me know. I want to be correct. Right? So if you've got multiple books out and you are like, you know what? I got all these books out and they were selling at first, but now they're not selling. I don't know how to get this going again. What am I doing, LT? I'm going to break it down. Hey, gorgeous. Hey, girl. Hey. I love you guys. You guys are so sweet. I always feel so encouraged when I go on here. This is so beautiful to have a tribe. Like, you guys are a part of my tribe. You're a part of my family. Abby Rose. Okay, Abby Rose. Yay. That's also my favorite name to call you. Okay, so let's get into this. How do authors get paid? There's 3 ways. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There's 3 ways. Type that in the chat. There's 3 ways that authors get paid. And I want to make sure that you guys know all of these 3 ways and that you're covering all these 3 ways. All right. I want you to use this as a checklist so that if your book isn't done yet, I want you to start planning and be strategic and be intentional. Make sure that you get these opportunities established for yourself. Okay. 3 ways. Yes. Thank you. 3 ways. Okay. And if you already have books out and you've already done a book launch, it's okay. It's okay to do another book launch. It's okay to do another book signing. Okay. So don't think that, oh, I already produced books. I've already done that. I've already tried that. Don't do that. Don't let your brain, your lizard brain, you got your lizard brain and then you've got your higher brain. Your lizard brain is the brain that tries to keep you safe. And so it wants you to play small. Your higher self, your higher brain with your wisdom is the dreamer part of you that wants you to go big, wants you to be amazing, that wants you to do things that are incredible and get outside of your comfort zone. But then you got that lizard brain that's like, oh, I don't think so. I don't think so. And that part of the brain is connected to your nervous system. And so you will get nervous when somebody tells you something like, I'm going to tell you some things to get out of your comfort zone. When I start saying these things to you, your body is going to have a reaction. You're going to get triggered. Your heart's going to start racing. You're going to get sweaty palms, sweaty armpits. You might start stuttering, right? And it's because your body is used to behaving a certain way. Your body is used to being a certain way and doing things. But when you start operating out of faith and you start like, jumping out and getting out of the box, coming out of your comfort zone, your lizard brain and your body is going to be like, oh, hell to the no. But this part of your brain, your higher self, your wisdom, it's going to be like, yes, yes. So if you feel like you're on an emotional roller coaster sometimes, that's okay. It's okay to be on an emotional roller coaster. That means you're doing things that are different. All right. So let me break down these three ways for you. All right. There's 3 ways that authors get paid. Number 1, when you write a book, I want you to consider your book as a story with lessons. I want it to be like broken down. What are the lessons you should know off the top of your brain? What are the 3 lessons that are in your book? Boom, boom, boom. It should be 3. Okay. If it's only 1, that's okay. If it's only 2, it's okay. You're going to eventually expand it. So when people walk away from your book, what are the 3 ideas, the big ideas that they get? I'll give you an example. My book, the most popular one, is called Your First Book Workbook. The 3 big things that a person is going to take away is that, number 1, everybody should have a book. Even if it's a memoir, autobiography, biography, everybody should have a book, right? I heard Myron Golden say, books are so important, even God has one. When he said that, I was like, word. Even God has one. Like, what? Who says that? Myron Golden, one of my favorite motivational speakers, teachers. I think he's also a minister in his community, but he always talks about the Bible principles. He always talks about business and entrepreneurship. So I'm always watching his stuff. But anyway, he's right. Books are so important that even God has one. Right? So here's the thing. You should have a book. Everybody should have a book. By the time you graduate high school, this is my vision of the world. Every human being will have a book in the future by the time they graduate high school, so they can use that as their resume, right? Like, let's just do away with the resume. Like, here's my book. This is my life story. This is what I'm all about. Every student in the world should have a book to explain to people who they are and what their talents are in the world. So you know what that's going to do? It's going to make them go inside and dig and do some research and figure out who they really are. Right? So that's the big idea of my book. It's that everyone can actually create a book. If you follow the steps and the instructions that I've outlined in the book, you will be able to have a book. So that's one of the big ideas. The other big idea is that in order to get these ideas out of your mind, you need to have an outline. You must create an outline, whether it's fiction or nonfiction. You have to create a structure, beginning, middle, and end, because that's how our brain learns. Our brain wants to see the pattern. When we're listening to a song, when we're watching a movie, beginning, middle, end. That's how it should flow. All right. So you have to outline your book. That's another big idea that's a part of my book. Here's another big idea that I teach in my book. You have to do beta testing before you publish your book. Even if it's a memoir, you have to do beta testing. You know why? Because beta testing is where people get to read it before it actually comes out. And they tell you what they think about it, what they like, what they don't like, what they think is good, what they think is not good, also what they think you should have put in there. And then you can go back and you can put that in there, and then you can publish the book. So those are the 3 big ideas for my book. Again, it's called Your First Book Workbook. You can get it on Amazon.com. You can also get it on my website, which is easy to remember, www.myfirstbook.org. Okay. All right. So you should have 3 big ideas. Who else is up in here? Hey, Giovanni. What's up, beautiful queen? Giovanni, you are doing amazing with your 10-day campaign, and happy birthday, beautiful queen. I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. If you don't mind us knowing, because we want to celebrate, how is the 10 days going? How is it? Type it in the chat how it's going, because we want to celebrate you real quick, Giovanni. because you've been getting paid. And this conversation is about how authors get paid. So if you don't mind sharing with us, how close are you to your goal, right? We want to know. And Debbie Faye's here. Hey, Debbie Faye. Thank you for coming into the space. I'm so excited to have you here. Okay. So we're talking about how authors get paid, and you don't want to miss this, right? We just talked about the fact that when you write a book, you should have 3 big ideas. I just shared the ideas that are in my book. Those ideas are going to help people to transform their thinking, transform their way of life, and transform whatever it is that they want to transform, right? That's the purpose of having a book, so that people can learn and people can grow. All right. So the first way for you to get paid is to teach a class. I have taught multiple classes, because I have all kinds of different books. I've got 8 books. The most popular book is the one that I just finished talking about. It's the one you can get on my website or Amazon.com. It's called Your First Book Workbook, and it teaches you step by step how to get your first book done in 90 days or less with minimal stress. Okay. So I have taught many classes. I've taught online classes. I've done in-person workshops. I've taught at schools. I've taught at churches. I've taught in classrooms. I've taught groups online. And so inside of Facebook groups. And so what I want you to start doing is I want you to start creating classes and workshops based on whatever it is that you're teaching in your book. Whatever those big 3 ideas are, I want you to create a class, and your book could be your curriculum, right? So that's the first way that authors get paid, is by teaching a class. Okay. All right. Now these things you have to do in order because they're sequential. And I'm going to tell you about that in a second. But I want you to know the second thing to do as an author, the second way to get paid is to coach. Now, not everybody is cut out to be a coach. Okay. So you have to pay attention to what people are asking you. So if you have people in your class and they're asking you a specific question about whatever your expertise is, you might be in the health and wellness space. And people might come to you all the time and say, how do I lose weight? How do I cook better? How do I, count calories or whatever? It's not too bad. I've made about $2,800 so far. What? Giovanni, $2,800? And how many days have you been working on your campaign? I'm proud of you. Everybody give a celebration emoji to Giovanni. She is on a mission. That's not all books though. Hey, it doesn't matter. You're bringing in cash, girl. You're bringing in cash. And that's what this conversation is about. How authors get paid. There's many ways. I'm just breaking down 3 because that's all I have time for, because I have a meeting in a few minutes. But I'm so proud of you, Giovanni. I'm so proud of you. Look at you. Everybody drop a smiley face, a heart, drop something, because Giovanni is just, she's amazing. She's doing this. Today is day 5. Yay! See, you just got started. You just got started and you've already made money. So proud of you. Yay! You're welcome. We have to celebrate each other. This is about encouraging and uplifting each other. Tiffany Parra's in the building. Tiffany, I'm going to see you tonight at the meeting. I may be a little bit late because I think I'm going to go shopping. I'm going to go shopping right before the meeting, but I'll be there. What's up, beautiful queen? Tiffany Parra's in the building. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we just talked about the first 2 ways to get paid. So as an author, number 1, you get paid by teaching a class. How do you teach the class? You use your book as the curriculum, and hopefully you've got 3 main ideas to teach people in the class. Okay. You can charge for the class. I've charged for classes. I've done free master classes. It's completely up to you. I've put classes on Eventbrite. I've done classes in Facebook groups. I've had joint mastermind classes with other influencers. So get creative and do it however you want to do it, but teach a class. Hey, Queen. Yes. See you tonight. Okay. So teach a class. And number 2 is start coaching clients. Start coaching clients, right? I don't know how many clients I've had. I've helped over 55 people write their first book. And I don't know how many of those people, but a lot of those people have turned around and they've become book coaches because they learned my curriculum. They published their book using my support. And now people come to them and they're like, I need to know how to write a book. How do I do that? And so they can coach other people on how to do the process because they have everything broken down. Okay? So start teaching, start coaching. That's 2 separate ways to get paid. All right? Now, that's 2. Number 3, the third way to get paid. Drop a 3 if you're ready to learn number 3. You ready? You ready? You ready? You ready? Drop a 3. All right, perfect. So the third way to get paid. All right, Tiffany said 3, Giovanni said 3, and Denise said 3. Okay, perfect. The third way to get paid is so obvious, but nobody really does this. If you do this, I'm going to be so freaking proud of you. I'm going to celebrate the heck out of you for the rest of the month. Okay? If y'all could do this. Drum roll. The third way to get paid is to speak on stage. Now, it can be a virtual stage. It could be an in-person stage. All right? Speak on stage and sell your books in the back of the room. Okay? Speak at a library. Okay? Speak on stage. Okay? Get it. Raise your hand if you've ever spoken on stage. Raise your hand. Excuse me. I know many of y'all have spoken on stage. Yes. If you have ever spoken on stage, you know that it's exciting, it's incredible, and it's amazing, and the people love you. And they're like, yeah, they want more. So I've spoken on stages for free. I've spoken on stages for a fee. And I have spoken on stages where I had to pay to play. Okay? Those are different platforms, different strategies, different systems that people have set up. Depending on, who's in your network. There's all kinds of different opportunities. But what I want you to do is start looking for ways to get paid. And the way that you do that, you find the groups that are connected to what your message is. And see, this is why in my coaching program, I teach people how to identify the 3 target audiences. Notice I like doing everything in 3s. My mama had 3 kids. I had 3 kids. My favorite number is 3. Right? I do things in 3s. So it's easy to follow my teaching, right? So make sure when you get booked to speak, first of all, negotiate your fee. If your fee is free, that's all right. But allow them, listen to what I'm saying. Allow them to pay you for 100 books, 50 books, 25 books, however many people are going to be in the room. Allow the coordinator, facilitator, organizer to pay you to be in the room, right? If they don't want to pay you to speak, they could at least pay you for your books. That way you already know you got books sold before you show up. All right? So do this. It's very, very easy to do it if you start reaching out to people who have an audience, a platform, a group. It could be online or it can be in the physical space. Okay? Start doing it. Connect with groups that have people who want your message. So what this is going to cause you to do is some deep homework. First of all, you're going to need to know who is your audience, and then you're going to need to know where are they hanging out. Who is your audience and where are they hanging out? Okay? So Tiffany's in the health and wellness space. So I used to be a firm believer in supplements. I used to sell supplements. I used to sell all these different things that allowed me to lose weight, and all of the stuff worked. And so I used to sell the products out of my house, and I used to have people come over and sample the products and hang out. And we used to do a dance class, and I hired a dance teacher to come in and shake it, shake it. She specialized in Zumba because that's what my people loved, Zumba. So I opened up my house, I sold the products, I took the products, and I had the Zumba teacher dancing and having a good time, and it was a big party, and we made money. And at that time, I didn't have a book, but you best believe if I would have written a fitness book, I would have had that book right there next to the supplements so they could purchase that product too. So I'm in the publishing space. I'm in the writing space. So I focus on writing groups. Hey, who's in here? Hey, Lakia. What's up, beautiful queen? Thank you for being in here. I love it. Yeah, so you have to know who your target audience is, and you have to know where they hang out. I also used to sell makeup. I've sold a lot of stuff. I used to sell makeup and skincare products. And one of my mentors told me, girl, it pays to party. And we would have a party every month, and we would teach women how to put makeup on, how to take care of their skin, how to look beautiful. And so guess what? I didn't have a book then, but if I had a book about skincare and makeup, it would have been right on the table, right next to the eyeshadow. Because I love sales and marketing. I love promotional campaigns. I just love this. It's in my blood, y'all. It's just what I do. So that's all I have for you today. This is how authors get paid. Number one, they teach a class, make it up, but make it based on your book. All right. Number two, coach, create a coaching program, get people onto a Zoom and teach them something and coach them through a process and watch them evolve and transform. Right. Teaching is about information. Coaching is about transformation. People don't just want info. They want to know how to apply it to their life, and they want to know how to make themselves better. Who else is in here? Hey, Jamie, what's up, beautiful queen? All right. So number one is teach. Number two is coach. And number three is speak on stage. I'm speaking on a stage right now. This is my stage, right? If any of y'all are interested in anything that I'm selling, all you got to do is raise your hand or go to my DM and say, hey, Coach LT, I want that book. I want that class. I want you to coach me, whatever. I will drop my link and you can purchase. That's how easy it is, y'all. This is a stage. Go live, right? If you're too nervous to reach out to coordinators of events, go live. Tell people what you sell. Drop a link. Allow them to purchase from you. If you're an author, you have a book, that's a product, right? If you have a product and it's selling, you're in business. You're a business owner. All right. So those are the three ways to get paid as an author: by teaching, coaching, and speaking. Now, I have a special gift for anyone who does any of these three things before the month of September is over. I'm going to give you a free 99 coaching session with me, and I'm going to share with you strategies on how to walk through this thing and get multiple streams of income. Because guess what? Authors have multiple streams of income. If you don't, there's something really wrong, right? You should be getting paid to teach. That's a whole income. You should be getting paid to coach. That's a whole income. And you should be getting paid to speak. That's a whole income. 3 ways. I have a client. We met just the other day, and she announced to me, she was like, LT, guess what? And I was like, what happened? She goes, I'm speaking at a library to a group of children. She has children's books, and her third book is going to be kind of like a memoir that I'm helping her work on. But she already had 2 children's books. She's like, I'm speaking at a library. Guess what? They're paying me for my books, and they're paying me to speak. And I'm like, word? You applied what I taught you. She literally applied what I taught her. I shared with her, Girl, you need to send these people invoices. Send them an invoice for your time and an invoice for your book. That's it. It's that easy. Send them 2 invoices for the same event. She did it. And now she's a paid speaker. So she's an author, speaker, and that's how we do it. And I got to go because I'm getting ready to teach a class right now. Love you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.